Yeah. Welcome to the line change. Apologies for the 2-day absence. As I mentioned in one of our previous videos, Sunday I was working and ended up working all the way through the Canucks and Jets game. And then I actually ended up not getting home until about 11 o'clock. And then yesterday I was busy with some stuff. So once again, apologies for the 2-day hiatus, but we're coming at you today with a standings video, a updated NHL Western Conference standings video to be exact. And we're just going to go over the standings as of today, April 1st. Also, for those who celebrate it, happy April Fool's Day. Personally, I don't celebrate it or haven't in quite some time. I did back in the day when I was, a teenager. I was a big prankster. But let's go ahead and get on with our topic, that being the standings. We're not going to talk too much about Canucks. This is more just a generalization of the standings and where people are, who's in, who's out. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. So the NHL standings, looking at it, obviously we're going to look at the Western Conference, not the East. But as of right now, as everyone knows, the Winnipeg Jets are playoff bound with their 106 points, 51 wins, 19 losses. So they are at the 106 point mark with having played 74 games. Obviously, in their last 10, they are 7-3-0. And then you have the Dallas Stars, who have also qualified for the playoffs, and they're at 102 points with 49 wins, 21 losses, having played 74 games. So far here in the West, these are the two teams that have officially qualified for the playoffs. Now, there's obviously a possibility that Dallas could catch Winnipeg in the Central, but with the way Winnipeg's been playing, we'll see. Although Dallas has won six in a row, the Jets have won 3 in a row, so perhaps there is a possibility that the Dallas Stars could catch the Winnipeg Jets. But moving down, we've got the Vegas Golden Knights with 98 points, 45 wins, 20 losses, with 73 games played. Vegas has won 6 in a row. They are 7-1-2 in their last 10, trailed closely behind by the LA Kings at 91 points, 41 wins, 23 losses. The Kings are 7-3-0 in their last 10. They did just recently lose the other day, so they won their last game. They were, I believe it was 8-1-0 a few days ago, so they've lost a couple since then and then have since won. Then you have the Edmonton Oilers, who are 2 points behind the Kings with 89 points, 42 wins, 26 losses. They are 5-4-1 in their last 10. But looking at the wild card, the Minnesota Wild just recently won the other night. They won in overtime, so they were originally tied with St. Louis in points, but now they have pulled ahead by 1 point. Minnesota is 41-20-28, having played 75 games. St. Louis, who has been the talk of the NHL as of late, are 40-20-28 with 87 points. They are 9-1-0 in their last 10 and have won their last 9 games. So St. Louis seems pretty unstoppable right now. So it makes you wonder who will be able to stop St. Louis. And then, of course, you have the rest of the wild card. You got the Calgary Flames, who are 35-26 with 82 points, having played 73 games. They are 5-3-2 in their last 10. They won their most recent game. And then you got our Vancouver Canucks, who are 34-27 with 81 points and having played 74 games. They obviously most recently lost to the Winnipeg Jets. They are 5-3-2 in their last 10. And then you have the Utah Hockey Club, who have 78 points, 33-29, having played 74 games. They are 5-4-1. And then you have the Ducks, who are 32-33 with 72 points, having played 73 games. They are 5-4-1 in their last 10 and have lost their most recent game. Then you got the Seattle Kraken, who have been effectively eliminated from playoffs with 68 points, 31-38. So they are no longer in contention, as are the Nashville Predators, who have also been eliminated with a record of 27-39 with 62 points, 74 games played. Obviously, everyone knows about the Blackhawks and the Sharks having been eliminated a little while back, but the most recent eliminations have been the Predators and the Kraken, which I'll admit is very surprising, at least for the Predators, considering the Canucks faced them in the first round last year in the playoffs, and there is a very good possibility that these two teams may not make the playoffs, having faced one another in the first round of the playoffs just last season. Obviously, that series was very low scoring. It was a very tight series that the Canucks ended up winning to win their first playoff series in quite some time. But moving back, we may as well take a look at the Eastern Conference while we're at it. I was going to do two separate videos, but may as well combine it into one. So for the Eastern Conference, Toronto Maple Leafs first in the Atlantic with 94 points, 45-25. They are 6-3-1 in their last 10 and have won their last 2 games. Moving down, you got the Tampa Bay Lightning with 91 points, 43-25, 73 games played, and they are 6-3-1 in their last 10 as well and have won their last 3 straight. Then you got the Florida Panthers, who are tied with the Lightning at 91 points each, 44-26. They have one more win than the Tampa Bay Lightning and one more loss than the Tampa Lightning. And then they are 5-5-0 in their last 10, having lost their most recent game. In the Metropolitan Division, you've got the Washington Capitals with 103 points. They have already qualified for the playoffs. 47 wins and 17 losses, 73 games played. They are 6-3-1 in their last 10, having lost their last 2 games. Then you have the Carolina Hurricanes with 94 points, 45 wins, 24 losses, 73 games played. They are 8-2-0 rather in their last 10, having won their last 2 games. Then you have the New Jersey Devils at 87 points. They are 40-29, 76 games played. So they've played a lot more games than the Carolina Hurricanes and the Washington Capitals. So the Hurricanes and Capitals have games in hand when it comes to the Devils, and the Devils are 5-4-1 in their last 10, having won their last 2 games. Moving down to the wild card, the Ottawa Senators are the first wild card team with 84 points, 39-28, with 73 games played. They are 6-3-1 in their last 10. You got the Montreal Canadiens, who have that second wildcard spot, 34-30 with 77 points, 73 games played. They are 4-3-3 in their last 10. You got the New York Rangers, who are tied in points with the Montreal Canadiens. However, the Canadiens have 1 game in hand on the Rangers. So despite the tie, they still hold that second wildcard spot. Rangers 35-32 with 74 games played, 77 points, and they are 4-5-1 in their last 10 and have recently won their last game. Then you got the Columbus Blue Jackets, who defeated the Vancouver Canucks back on Friday with 75 points. They are only 2 points behind the Rangers. They are 33-30 with 72 games played. So they have a couple games in hand on the New York Rangers. They are 3-6-1 in their last 10 and lost their most recent game. Then you got the Detroit Red Wings with 74 points, 34-33, 73 games played. They are 4-6-0. They won their most recent game. Then you got the New York Islanders, 74 points, tied in points with the Detroit Red Wings, 32-31, 73 games played. They are 3-4-3 in their last 10. They've also lost their last 3 games. Then you got the Pittsburgh Penguins, 71 points, 30-34, 75 games played. So the Islanders have a couple games in hand on the Pittsburgh Penguins. Pittsburgh is 6-3-1 in their last 10, having won their most recent game. Then you got the Philadelphia Flyers, who are tied in points with the Pittsburgh Penguins. Penguins have a game in hand on the Flyers. Flyers are 31-36, 76 games played. They are 4-5-1 in their last 10. And although they have won their last 3 games, then you got the Boston Bruins, who are second to last in the Eastern Conference with 69 points. They are 30-35, 74 games played. They are 2-7-1 in their last 10 games and have lost 5 straight. So this is a complete turnaround from last year, as well as 2 years ago when the Boston Bruins were the best team in the league. So this is a major drop-off for them, which is very surprising. And then, of course, you have the Buffalo Sabres rounding it out in the Eastern Conference with 68 points. They do have a game in hand on the Boston Bruins with a record of 31-36. They are 6-4 in their last 10. So perhaps by the end of this, we could see Boston being the last team in the Eastern Conference. Now, there's no teams as of this recording that have effectively been eliminated in the Eastern Conference compared to the West. So that is a little surprising. Perhaps we'll know that for sure in either the coming days or within the next week. Could be Buffalo, could be Boston, could even be the Flyers, or actually could be the Penguins, Flyers, Bruins, and Sabres, who might be result in eliminations within the next week. I know fans of those teams are not going to want to hear that whatsoever, but that's just the reality. So when it comes to the wild card in the East, the Rangers still have a chance, Blue Jackets still have a chance, Red Wings and Islanders all have chances to move up. The Islanders obviously have 9 games left, so do the Red Wings. And then you have the Blue Jackets, who have 10 games remaining. And then the Rangers, who have 8 games left. And then obviously the Canadiens and Senators both have 9 games remaining on their schedule. So they're really going to have to get some wins in order to both keep their spots in the wild card. And of course, the Rangers are going to have to win, I would say, the majority of their next games in order to stay alive in the playoffs. But moving back down to our Western Conference, obviously the Canucks' chances are looking very bleak, especially after those 2 losses to both Columbus and Winnipeg. I still think that loss to Columbus is a backbreaker for them, as I was not expecting them to beat the Jets. I figured if they at least beat Columbus, they could lose to the Jets and still be in the race. Now, obviously, Canucks have not been mathematically eliminated, but they are pretty close. And, that could be the case a week from now, which a lot of us Canuck fans do not want to hear. We want to keep on to hope that this team can slide in, but with the rate that St. Louis is going right now, and with Minnesota being at 88 points, we are going to have to win, essentially go 7-1 in our next 8 games, and that is going to be a very, very tall task, and it's going to be tough for this team to do it. But those are our ranking, or the updated both Western and Eastern Conference standings as of today, April 1st. If you liked it, let's go ahead and do my little promo for an upcoming Canucks watch party that I've been talking about in our previous videos. So let's go ahead and throw that up onto the screen now. Game day at Greta, presented by Fountain Tire, Vancouver versus Colorado, April 10th, 2025. So Canucks Army is hosting a watch party, the final watch party of the season, at Greta Bar YVR. Tickets are $10. If you choose to buy a VIP ticket, it comes with a burger, a beverage, and a game card. So more bang for your buck there. Doors open at 5, puck drop at 6. It is being presented by Canucks Army, Brink Wide Vancouver, and Sekeres and Price. This event is in support of Kidsport. Must be 19 plus to attend. You can secure your tickets at nationgear.ca. I personally have already bought my ticket, so I will for sure be there. So yeah, come on down to Greta on April 10th and come watch some Canucks hockey. Perhaps by the time this game happens, there could be a chance the Canucks could be eliminated, so that might dampen the mood a little bit. But Greta is always a great place to come down and watch the games. They got the great street food menu. They've got the arcade surrounding the bar, and you get to hang out with the Canucks Army community, as well as Matt Sekeres and Blake Price, potentially Jeff Patterson, who could very well be there. You get to hang out with me, as I'll be there. You can hang out with the MC, which is going to be David Quadrelli of Canucks Army, and it's overall just a great experience. Surround yourself with fellow Canuck fans. I've been to one of these before, and I had an absolute blast. So get your tickets while you can. This event does have the potential to sell out, so get your tickets sooner rather than later. Once again, Greta Bar, Canucks watch party, final watch party of the season. 50 West Cordova is the address. Let the games begin. No, sorry, there we go. All right, so that's going to do it for this video. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the Line Change, go ahead and hit that smash that subscribe button. You really help out the channel, and also you stay up to date on all your Vancouver Canucks content on this channel. Become a Patreon member and get exclusive perks as part of the Line Change community. Join our Discord. Be a part of the conversation. Link to both the Patreon and the Discord is in the description down below. You can find us on social media, as you can see on the side of your screen there. You can find us on Instagram at The Line Change, on X, Line Change, at Line Change Van. On Facebook, you can find our Line Change page. Just search The Line Change. You can also find us on TikTok at the.line.change.po. You can also listen to this podcast on Spotify, either in video form or in audio form. And that's going to do it for this video. Once again, I hope you liked this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.